Good Thursday morning, everyone. Um, Trust everyone's having a good week thus far. We're getting close to the weekend, so if you've not had a good week, hang in there. And it's almost the weekend. Won't be long. I'm going to present our screen, and we're going to continue on with what we uh, preached um, on Sunday. And I've entitled this, "What Are You Yoked To?" And you're thinking, well, wait a minute. Never read nowhere in the Bible or anywhere else where sheep were yoked to anything and were used to plow. That's not what we're talking about. But I got to thinking, and in some of my notes, we was talking about the characteristics of a good shepherd and characteristics of a bad shepherd, the false teachers and the false prophets. And with that, we were talking about the choices that we make each and every day. And so I got to thinking. I said, well, maybe some people just don't feel that they're sheep, and sheep are not real smart. And maybe you feel I'm very educated, or maybe you feel that sheep are really weak, and you're not weak, and you're really strong. Well, lucky for you, the Bible also includes um, some examples for you as well. And that's what we're going to look at today. Still talking about the choices and decisions that we make each and every day. Okay. As I said Sunday, I said we make dozens of decisions every day. Some are simple, some are complex. Some estimate that as an adult, we would make 35,000 conscious decisions each day, and 226 decisions each day just on food. And that, of course, has been according to Cornell University. Um, but I got two scriptures here that we want to share. And although Sunday we was out of John in chapter 10, but this morning I want us to look in Matthew 11:28. And again, we're looking at characteristics of a good shepherd. Okay, the good shepherd, because there's two shepherds, and we talked about the foal, and the guys this week have talked about the door and characteristics of the good shepherd. And we said that others try to come up and over. And I said Sunday that both, even the sheep and the foal, they're still prey. Um, and there's things that wants to come against us, and of course we know that to be things of the world or things of the devil. But in Matthew 11:28, these are the words of the good shepherd. He says, "Come unto me, all ye who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And we talked about that even in Psalms 23, when we talk about the characteristics of a good shepherd there, making us to lie down in green pastures. But he says, "I will give you rest." And 29 says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your soul. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And so when we think of the characteristics of a good shepherd, again, whether we're looking at it as us as sheep or us being yoked to, each day we are, uh, bound up with something, or we allow things to come in and, you know, um, yoke up with us. And Jesus is telling us here that to take his yoke, all right, decisions each day, that we're going to work with him, um, and not against him, because that's what a yoke did. It would take two plow type animals, whether it be oxen or, today we would use maybe a donkey or a mule, um, you know, or horses or whatever else, and they would yoke them together, and then they would have to work together, taking the strength of two to work together. But Jesus is telling us here that we'll take his yoke and learn of him, walk with him each day, that we're going to join up with him. It says, "For I'm meek and lowly in heart, and you'll find rest." It says his yoke is easy and his burden is light. And so we think about, well, what's the alternative to that? Okay. And we go to 2 Corinthians 6:14. And he says, "Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness?" Okay. So again, we're talking about being his sheep. Um, you know, and again, if as his sheep, we was talking about it Sunday and being in the fold and knowing our master's voice. But now, if we get in a crowd of sheep and, you know, we wander off with other sheep that might have wandered off, then eventually we're going to find ourselves away. Remember, we talked in the Bible, about the 99 that would be left to go find that one. Well, how did that one get away? Okay. They made some bad decisions along the way. Okay. And they wandered off and they got out to their own, and they don't have the protection. And that's what he's talking about right here. Being unequally yoked, being out where we're not supposed to be. And then he gives us some comparisons of righteousness with unrighteousness. What communion has light with darkness? What concord has Christ with Belial? And Belial was, or Belial, I think is the way it's actually pronounced. But Belial is a Old Testament devil, or kind of like I don't know if it's a high priest or a high demon, a fallen angel. Okay, a fallen angel that's associated with wickedness, and evil. Okay, and so it's saying, well, what light and dark, Christ, things of the devil, or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? We know better. Is what an infidel would be, one who just doesn't know, or one who doesn't pay no attention, doesn't heed the warnings. Okay, and again, how do they get that way? Well, daily we make decisions that we're going to do things our way and not things of the Lord. And when we do that, then we're drifting. Okay, what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God. The good shepherd lives inside of us. And God hath said, I will dwell in them. I will walk in them. I will be their God, and they will be my people. So again, just a different look on what we was talking about on Sunday. Christ is the good shepherd, that he dwells within us. We talked about him being the door, the gate. Nothing can get to us that doesn't pass through him. He says, I'll walk in them, and I'll be their God, and we'll be his people. But that's a decision we make every time. We make that decision every day. That God, I'm going to walk in your ways. I'm not going to be unequally yoked, and I'm going to make the conscious decisions each day to walk with you. Because we go back before and we look at what did he say? That his yoke is easy and his burden is light. And why is it? Because he's a good God. He is a good God. And when we walk with him, we will learn of him. I pray that you have a great day. I hope you have a blessed day. I hope you're enjoying the warmth and the sunshine. We love you, and we hope to see you real soon. God bless.